Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in and check out your boy, P-Funk, Thinking Right, in my living room where I do what I do for you. Today, writers in 25 rules to live by, storytelling. Start with a message in the story for life. These are life lessons. I'm giving them. You tune in and receive them. I'm going to keep giving them. Let's go. Right thinking mission is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment, aka, you know the deal. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of obtaining spiritual enlightenment, aka knowing thyself. That's important, and that's the question I ask every time. I'm going to ask it again. Do you know you? Know thyself. Here you go. A person who knows not, and knows not that they know not, foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not, but knows that they know not, is simple. Tune in. I can teach you. That's why I do what I do for you. A person who knows not and believe that they know, dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows but knows not that they know is asleep. I can awaken you with spiritual knowledge. I'm the spiritual alarm clock. Let's go. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself. And to Maya, be true. Today, speak to my girl Maya. Got a nice lesson coming up on that one. But let's talk about, and I keep saying I don't do religion. Not that I have a problem with it. I just got an issue with how it's being distributed and how it's being misinterpreted and mispracticed and misunderstood by a whole lot of followers of religion. Not just Christianity, Islam, and the Jews all do the same thing. So understand that. So my thing is spirituality. But today, let's talk about the purpose of religion. Just let you know, I understand religion. Let's go. Religion is a very important part of our culture. We have to get it right in order to prosper from it. I studied religion and history for a reason. I know the reason for them both. Knowing your history and understanding religion, two things you need to put together, and that'll give you insight, enlightenment, and understanding that you can actually use. Why? You know your history, you understand religion, you know some things. That's me. Whatever method you use to know and serve God is called a religion. They call spirituality, she taught another, right thinking, it's still considered a religion. I ain't got a problem with that, a cult following, whatever it is, but as long as you paying homage and praise and respecting God, I don't care what you call it. So let's still understand that. But it ain't about the religion, because if it's not done right, I ain't going there. When you're living right, aka Maya, is spiritual, not religious. Understand that. That's my point. If you master yourself, it won't be through religion. It'll be through spiritual awakening. You don't have a religious awakening. You have a spiritual awakening. Get the point? Okay, next one is, this is one of my pet peeves. Religion, misunderstood, is dangerous. You have a bunch of Christian followers, profess to be Christian, you got a bunch of Muslims, claim to be Muslim, and doing everything against what they're supposed to do, but they claiming to be that. That's religion. Spiritual people don't do that. Okay? Spiritual people from the heart, honesty, sincerity, not just trying to look or be because they want people to think. I don't care what you think about me. That's the difference. Okay, here we go. Religion is linking you back to who you were or who you are. The essence of who you is called reliving a lifestyle that was already set forth So they give you the ritual, they give you the myth, they tell you all the things that you need to do. But the one thing that I find a lot of religious people don't get, that third level, the enlightenment part. So that's the difference. When the preacher is the only one prospering, that ain't the right religion. That's all I'm saying. I've seen things being done wrong in the name of God through religion. If you live, if you're following a religion and you're not growing spiritually, why are you following that religion? I'm just saying. I ain't calling names, I ain't pointing fingers, I'm just giving you a concept and a view that you should be able to identify and understand wholeheartedly. And if it's you, just take a hard look at yourself and make a decision to do something better. That's all. If you live by belief, you're going to be disappointed with reality. And you're going to have to face reality eventually. Your belief only going to take you so far. And the sad part about that is, if your belief and reality clash and they don't match, who you with? I don't have a problem with religion. I keep saying that. I got to keep emphasizing that. I got a problem with how a lot of people represent religion. I got a problem if I see somebody representing spirituality in the wrong manner. I got a problem with that. So I'm not prejudiced about no particular body. I got a prejudice against people doing things the wrong way. Simple as that. I know more about religion than most preachers who preach it. But that's not my point. That ain't my job. I'm a teacher. I don't teach religion. I teach spirituality. Difference. But I learned the lessons that most of preachers know. They know a few things. I ain't going there right now. I teach you how to know God. I don't preach to you about God. That's not my job again. I want you to know God for yourself. You need to know, understand, so you can do what you need to do between you and your God. To go to church every week. I go to church every week. I fellowship with like-minded people, and I'm learning the stuff about the Bible. Simple. I can explain it. I can tell you why. Moving on. I practice right thinking philosophy daily. Christians, if they practice Christianity, they would be a better group of people. Mahatma Gandhi said, if more Christians would act like Christ, this would be a better world. I agree with that concept. Why? I know good Christians, and we're a bunch of them. I ain't got a problem with them at all. Muslim and Jews don't make a difference to me. Good is good, okay? I'm doing God's work by teaching, not preaching, right thinking philosophy. I'm not trying to say you're a bill of goods about God. I'm trying to teach you how to know Him for yourself. If you fish for a man, you can feed him for a day. Teach him how to fish, he'll take care of himself. However that thing y'all do. But again, I'm not a Bible verse quoter. I don't drop verses from the Bible. I'm just saying. I got a bunch of famous quotes. I got a bunch of static quotes. I got a whole bunch of quotes, but a lot of them don't come from the Bible. That's all. I read a lot of books. The Bible just one that I've already been there, done that. Moving on. No problem with the Bible, trust me. All right, here you go. Religion is... What's that? Wait a minute. Excuse me. Religion is supposed to enlighten you to God. And the preacher can tell you how good God is, and he can give you a sermon all about, but is it doing anything for you as an individual? So as a teacher, I want to teach you the things you need to do so that God will make himself known to you for yourself. That's the difference, okay? My pastor is a true God-fearing man. I trust him with my biblical concepts and learning biblical aspects from somebody who's well-versed and well-trained, but also live what he preached. That's respect, because I practice and I live what I teach. So I got respect for anybody who does that and they fail. I also, excuse me, I also know pastors are not true to God, but to themselves. I know some guys who do the same thing, but they don't do it like my man. So I know both kinds, and I know there is two kinds. All right. I know the difference between the two, though. All right. If you're in church and you still acting a fool, then what you going to church for ain't working once you leave church. Why? Because that should be how you conduct yourself a little bit better than that. As a spiritualist, as a right thinker, certain things I can't do. I hold myself accountable. That's why. It's all about you. Okay? All right, here you go. Let's first this up. I know some good religious people with knowledge of God, and they live it, they understand it, and I got nothing but love and respect for them. Simple. All right? Whatever religion you follow, you should know about it, you should understand it, and you should engulf yourself with it. That's how it works. And those who do that, I know them. Okay? That's how you get blissed out, knowing what you're doing with what you're following. That's all. Right thinking philosophy, last one, now I'm about done. I appreciate you tuning in. Right thinking philosophy teaches ancient religion, not modern biblical religion. I keep explaining to my students, this is not biblical class. This ain't Bible study. This is ancient Egyptian concepts that goes before the Bible, predates the Bible. That's all. No problem with the Bible, but this is information that you don't have if all you know is the Bible. So I'm just trying to enlighten you. That's my job. Give you something that you don't know. That's what teachers do for you. All right, here you go. Right thinking philosophy teaches, again, ancient religion, not a modern, but it's still called a religion. Why? Because you're professing God. You want to know yourself. You want to get closer to your maker, which is spiritually your essence of who you are, which is God. You need to find that out by what? Knowing thyself, studying and understanding who and what you're doing. Let's go. Wrapping it up. What we call a way of life, living Mayat, is seen as a religion. Again, we called it living a lifestyle. Mayat, keeping everything in life in balance, justice, righteousness, reciprocity, all good and divine things. God stands on Mayat, order over chaos. Okay, that's how she reigns successfully. Right thinking philosophy is about gaining knowledge and living it to prove that it works. Since ancient time, they tell you the blood of Jesus still works. Well, knowledge of self still works. I'm sorry. I'm about to wrap it up. Okay, here you go. I know what I'm doing. Like my pastor says, this is my life also. Okay? So, and we don't bump heads. We serving the same God. He do what he do. I do what I do. And we always on the one. Okay? With each other and with what we're doing. When you live right, you preach or you teach. When you live right, you can preach or teach. That's right thinking philosophy. I can preach a little bit. Why? I know I'm saying sometimes I get preachy and my kids tell me, you preach. Okay, so when you get a little long-winded, try to make your point, is preachy. I get it, but my point is I try to give lessons, so I want to make it short, sweet, and to the point so I can move on to get to the next lesson. I got a bunch of them for you. All right, last one. I live my religion. I teach it, and to those who wish to learn it. It's a choice. It's not a must. If you choose to be better, want to do better, I'm your man. Check me out. The Right Thinking Man. I got you. I'll be back.